What's up, motherfuckers? Y'all heard about Travis Scott?
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy?
Hey. Trippy.
Dude, honestly, that shit's crazy, bro. But I think it's more common in history than everyone's making it out to be, you know? Everyone acts like no one's ever died at a concert when someone actually shot up a concert in France. Like, what was that, a couple years ago? Do you remember that?
Oh, and Vegas. Yeah, definitely things. World's already been dangerous. I think the problem comes from the fact that people are sneaking into the concert.
If you don't know what's going on at a Travis Scott concert, Astroworld Festival, 2021, a crowd surge and like some guy started injecting people with fucking syringes of drugs and shit. Yeah, I mean that's what the news is telling everyone. And then apparently Travis Scott didn't stop the show soon enough for everyone to get safe and for everything to die out and everyone be helped. So shit hit the fan, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, if you've been living under a rock and you don't know.
Yeah. If you don't know, then just type in Google Travis Scott Astroworld 2021. I bet you'll be bombarded with information.
I think the problem comes, like I said, from people sneaking in because those places, when they sell tickets, they have it in the mind that they can only fit this many people because after that they have no control. There's not enough staff. They know that it's a liability for not only the place but for the concert goers and for Travis. There's no reason for them to put that risk on them. That's why they set 50,000 limit or however many tickets they sell. But
I read an article that said that the venue was only like actually supposed to hold 20,000 and there was 50,000 occupants there. So obviously some shit was already kind of pushing limits before it even started. But it looks like 8 people died in the age range of 14 to 27. This all happened November 5th, Friday night, 2021. And apparently hundreds were injured by like the crowd surge that happened.
people need to relax first. Fuck. It's just a concert.
And Travis Scott later went on Twitter to say, I quote, my prayers go out to families and all those impacted by what happened in Astroworld Festival. I'm committed to working together with Houston community to heal and support the families in need. He also released videos on Instagram in which he like appears super distraught and like upset with everything that happened. I don't know, in my opinion, it doesn't seem like he meant for any of this to happen, obviously.
No, of course not. And let's think about it. You ever been in around 200, 300 people? It's already loud. So you put 50,000 people, you're not going to know what's going on. There's lights on him. You can't. I've been on a stage like comedy shows and stuff. Like I've done theater at school. When you have lights on you, you can't barely see past the first 2 rows. So like imagine all these lights on, you're hyped, you're in the middle of your own concert where you're the headliner. It's like these people are hyped to see you. It looks like they're getting hyped. You can't tell the difference between people going, stop, 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 and people going, yeah, 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 because it looks the same and you can't hear them.
Yeah.
Because like people trying to blame Travis Scott 100% are stupid. Because he doesn't want you to come to his concert.
Yeah, where the blame comes from is that reports say that he was notified at about 9:38 that shit was happening, going down, shit was like bad. Or maybe not him, I'm not sure exactly, but apparently the whole venue was basically notified that shit had to stop, and it took about a little under 40 minutes for everything to actually like stop and the concert to stop, the music to stop. That's where a lot of.
But see, where I saw that too is like all these people think that they could just. See, I don't know. What I saw is that there's only 2 people that can tell the place to stop, and it's the fucking executive producer of the director. Yeah, and the director. It's like those people came to pay for a show. If half the people don't know what's happening, or more than half the people don't know what's happening, let's say there's 50,000 people there, only 300 people got hurt. That's not even 1%. So it's like, how am I gonna know how bad it is when it all looks like rage to me?
Yeah, that's fair. What? All right, so let's start with some questions. What was your opinion on Travis Scott before all this? Like,
I didn't realize how fucking big Travis Scott was.
Yeah, that's fair. I knew he was popping, but I didn't realize I mean, he is dating probably one of the most famous women in the country.
Having a baby with her,
Yeah, and has children with her, so.
I'm not gonna say that I didn't know he was a big artist, but I had nothing bad against Travis Scott.
Yeah, his music's pretty A1.
Exactly.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm not gonna. Never been a hater against Travis Scott.
All right. So if you were at the concert and you had gotten hurt, what would your opinion be on it?
Who knows? That's way hard to tell.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard question to answer.
But I can say that. See, I've just never been around that many people, so I wouldn't even be able to answer. The most people I've been
that's
around
a pretty
is
big
500
festival.
People, yeah, and it's like
Pretty big festival.
when people are sneaking in and there's over 2,000 extra, 10,000 extra, however many extra people there were, and they're pressing you up to the front, it's hard to take control.
Yeah, that's true.
Thoughts and prayers to those 8 families, though.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, man, like, what blame do you think each party involved should take accountability for? So each party, you know, that's talking Travis Scott, that's talking the concert venue, and as well as the audience themselves.
The audience's main fault, for sure. Because when you go to a concert, how selfish are you really to not help someone that you're right next to, that you're willing to just like, oh, I'm here to watch this concert so bad that I don't want to care about the person next to me. I want to watch this no matter what. It's like, who are you? So you can't just stop for a second, help that person up, and then you guys can rage together. Yeah. But it's like everyone's so selfish. Even me. That's why I'm talking like this, because like even the little thoughts, like when I go to a concert, I'm thinking like, oh, I want to have a great time. And it's hard to think for another person, but it's like when you see someone on the ground, that's what you need to do. You can't just be an asshole. Mm-hmm. And that's what people were doing, and they'll just be oblivious to it. Oh, they'll pick themselves up, they'll be fine, and now they're stomping over.
See, I can put a third of the blame on the audience, as well as a third on the venue itself, and a third on Travis Scott. A third on Travis Scott just because he probably could have at least stopped the show for, you know, a selected amount of time to try to figure out what was happening. You
could have handled it.
Yeah, exactly. And then the venue obviously wasn't prepared at all for the concert that they were putting on, at all, period, security-wise, anything like that. And then the audience, I think, what people fail to understand is, like, you know, when we make statements like, there was a crowd surge and there was people trying to get the concert to stop and people got trampled. So what we're really doing is like naming the actual culprit of that situation. When you say people got trampled, well, it takes other people to trample people, which means, you know, human beings were stepping on other human beings, and we're okay with that and continuing to do it. Now, on top of that, it's like, you know, when
they were only trampling them because Travis didn't stop.
And here's the thing is when you know, there's videos of people being like, oh, we tried to stop the concert. Well, who actually made that concert happen? Travis Scott didn't make that concert happen. The venue didn't make that concert happen. Those 50,000 people who came to that show made that concert happen, which means those 50,000 people could have stopped that concert too. But that means that the majority of the percentage of those audience members weren't even concerned with what was happening. They were either they were just trying to enjoy their show because they paid their money for it.
That's all they were doing.
Yeah. Or 2, they were so worried about their own safety that they were the people trampling over people to get out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
it was both of them.
Yeah, it's just frustrating because it's like, you know, and honestly, bro, save the lawsuits for the families of the people who died. Like, you know, everyone who's filing a lawsuit is someone who got injured and survived from it. Like, save all that money for the people who like deserve it. I don't know.
I wouldn't face any lawsuit, but I'm not in their situation, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. This is true.
I think that Travis not knowing what was happening and having people pass out at concerts before, like just from getting excited and passing out. If you look at old fucking concerts like Michael Jackson, women would scream so loud they'd faint. So it's like, it's not new for people to be passed out, getting carried over the crowd because it's so packed that the paramedics can't get to them, so they surf them over. It's like Travis has seen that before because people get lit at his shows. Mm-hmm. So it's like, when at one point he's like, oh no, that's a dead person, not a person who passed out. He doesn't know. Mm-hmm. He doesn't fucking know.
Yeah, that's facts. So, all right, here's an interesting question too. As an artist, if you were in his same situation, what do you think you would have done? Yeah, I mean, it's
I'll
hard
be
to
dead ass honest with you,
hard to
bro. The
speculate.
show must go on, bro. Let me be. That's insensitive for me to say, maybe, but those people,
if you were
those people
unaware,
paid to show up for me. Yeah, if I'm unaware, of course I don't know what's going on. I'm
Like if you knew someone was dying though, your reaction would be to stop though, right?
for sure, but no one thinks that that's gonna happen at their concert.
Yeah.
And it's hard to when you like. When do you let someone else's joy be stopped because someone's negligence for themselves? Like, okay, maybe he was doing drugs and he made himself dehydrated, passed out. I'm supposed to stop the show because he was negligent? How do I know that what I'm stopping the show for is because people are gathering and hurting themselves?
And on top of that, how rare is it that someone's running around injecting people with drugs? So it's like, how do you even know that something like that's happening?
Yeah, and that's still that's still under debate.
Yeah. And then on top of that, what happened to this guy who fucking was injecting drugs? No one's found him. No one talks about him. He's just like off and free. Almost sounds a little sus to me. But
What I heard was that could be one excuse for the venue not being prepared for a tragedy like this. So that was surfaced after the fact that this tragedy happened. They tried to make an excuse for it. That's what I heard.
I can see that.
Because there's only been one confirmed case of that actually happening, and it was that security guard. But I did read that what you're talking about. Someone was injecting people on drugs, and that's what started the surge. Someone got hurt, started a panic, and then people pushed up. But I also saw another article that said Travis Scott brought Drake out, and that's what started the surge, which makes more sense.
yeah.
If you're not expecting Drake to come out, and then Drake comes out, you're gonna get hyped. 1,000%.
Yeah, that's fair, man. All right, what do you think? Is there anything you think could have been done to prevent this shit from happening?
An inside venue, actual limitations on people, because people were able to break down gates and the barriers because it was outside. When it's inside, there's 2 entrances. You can guard every person that comes in that fucking place. And it's just a lot easier. Festivals, they're easy to break into. It's just a fact. People need to be more responsible for others. Stop being so selfish.
So what do you think should happen legally between all the shit that's gonna happen, you know? I mean, obviously Travis Scott said he was gonna pay for funeral expenses.
And everyone's ticket back.
Yeah, and he's gonna reimburse them for their tickets.
I think that's probably as good as it gets. Why should he get sued for something that he had no control over? Well, he's already not gonna be able to have that festival again. He's already not gonna be able to.
Yeah, he's already gonna have a lot of repercussions and money to pay.
I don't know. Poor Travis Scott, poor families. No one wants to go to a concert and get hurt.
Yeah. I mean, I'd also heard that security guards were quitting. Because like, shit was just getting too
There's
intense.
probably too many people.
Yeah, they're just quitting on the spot. Just like, fuck it.
It's kind of like when you work at fast food and there's not enough people in the fucking drive-thru's fucking packed, and you're like, you know what? I'm done. I don't care no more. There's too many people, too much shit going on. There's not enough of us. It gets overwhelming, and at some point you have to be like, you know what? This is just a job. It's hard. You can't completely stress and overwhelm yourself trying to help everybody.
Yeah.
It's not possible.
Yeah, that's fair, man.
And those videos where it shows those 2 kids getting up on the cameraman's stage and they're trying. That cameraman has a job. How the fuck is he supposed to know you're not on drugs? Just fucking out of your mind up on his stage. He's not listening to you. He has a fucking full headset on. And he's paying attention to the camera, doing what he's supposed to do, what he's getting paid to do. I don't know, tricky situation.
Yeah, that was a lot of chaos. It's hard to judge really what anyone should have done in that situation. That's why I think it's so hard to really speculate unless you were there, you know, in that. If you weren't an audience member or a security guard or a performer in that show, then I mean, what really can we say about it?
Yeah, it's hard, and everyone trying to be an asshole to Travis Scott is stupid.
Yeah.
And nobody wanted this to happen. Not one person. But did you hear? You don't really watch football too much, huh?
No.
So the concert, how you need to look out for others, you need to help others when they fall down. Same with this ex-football player that played for the Raiders. I think his name was Henry Ruggs III. And he ended up getting in a car accident. He was drunk and he got in a car accident and he killed a lady.
And her dog?
Yeah,
I
you
heard
saw
about
that? Yeah, bro. It's just
Yeah,
like,
he had just started his career. I forgot about that. Dude.
well, that lady just started her life. Both
No,
of them
no,
just
no,
started
no.
their life.
No. Yeah, no. I'm not defending his side.
No, for sure. No, yeah, he was young, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It's sad to see. You need to think about others sometimes. Call somebody. You're drunk, call somebody.
Yeah. Man.
I'm guilty of it. I've driven home drunk. I do it often. It's like you need to think about what could happen. Dead ass. I don't think about it enough.
Yeah,
It's like
man.
shit like that opens your eyes. You're like, damn, I'm a dumbass. That kid's a dumbass. Millionaire, multi-millionaire, just got signed. Gonna risk all of it. You can't call an Uber. I'm broke, okay? I drive home drunk because I'm broke. That motherfucker got money, you know? And even me being broke's not an excuse. That's me being an asshole, but like, he for sure has no excuse. He has money. He has people that come get him, personal trainers. Just sad.
Yeah, man.
Too young. Took a young life.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though is like you don't hear anything about the girl that died.
Yeah. Sadly.
Like don't even know her name, nothing.
You have
to do some research. No, you have to do some research.
It's just what happens when you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
If you're gonna die, don't get killed by a celebrity. Because they won't remember your name. Just like when Kobe died. You only remember Kobe. I mean, that's just most of people.
I mean, but I mean, at the end of the day, if Kobe wasn't in that helicopter, helicopter crash wouldn't even been on the news, bro. At least not here. Maybe in the city that it was in, but it wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have been here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have heard it in my state. I would, you know what I mean? Like that's crazy. But that's how the news works, bro. In fact, I was watching this thing of Joe Rogan, bro. It was and he was like talking about how CNN like was talking about him being skeptical on the vaccine, and then he ended up getting COVID, but then he like got over it really quick, and they started making fake reports on him about how he like took horse medicine.
Oh yeah,
some like horse medication or some shit. And he talked to someone who ended up going on the news, and when the news brought it up and actually showed parts of the Joe Rogan skit, it didn't show anything that had to do with that, the fact that they had lied about that earlier incident. Like that shit was crazy, bro. Like they don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, dude.
Media is a tricky motherfucker.
Shit, man. You heard our fucking thoughts on it. If you disagree with something we said, go ahead and comment what the fuck you think. And if you were at that show, also drop a comment down on what your experience like. Yeah. Tell us on if we're wrong or what the fuck you think. What your experience was like, because we don't. That's some pretty fucked up shit, man. Yeah, we're just speculating on shit we see on TV and on the internet and read on articles. Yeah, it's all the shit the bullshit we're just fed through social media and media in general.
I just saw a lot of people riding the wave of attacking Travis, and I think that's stupid because he didn't want to do that. He didn't mean for it to happen.
Yeah, now there's people like saying it was like demonic and shit.
Yeah,
it's just like
how far are you gonna go for an accident? Yeah, fucking people are ridiculous. I wanted to say the R word, but I didn't want to get canceled, you know?
Yeah. Alright, well, please fucking like, comment, subscribe to the fucking channel, you fuckers. And stay tuned for next week.
Oh, you. Get his ass, man. Come here.
Trippy.